Alright, well I'm up and running anyway. I hope for sunny weather and I prayed for the wind to be with me. And my hopes haven't been realised, but my prayers have been answered. So it's pretty miserable. It's not terrible. It's early in the morning, it's 6:10. I've literally just left the house. It's drizzly, wet roads. Forecast is for it to dry up, but I don't think it's ever going to get sunny. I'm probably going to get a few showers. Started with the rain jacket on, which is not ideal, because obviously you're going to get build up of kind of a layer of sweat early on. But anyway, first chance I get, I'll get this rain jacket off me. But while my hope of sunny weather hasn't been realised, my prayer for the wind to be with me has been answered. Let's hope that holds true for the rest of the day. Here we go. Okay, so throughout the ride I'll try and cover a couple of bullet points. So I want to cover the route, the bike, the gadgets I'm using, very important, the clothing choice, my tool bag, and then of course nutrition. Okay, so let's talk route. Why did I choose this route? Well, for almost 35 years, makes me feel old, I've been making this trip from the south of Ireland in Waterford to the north of Ireland in Derry to visit one of my best friends.
Oh, friend!
It's a journey I've always undertaken by either a bus when I was a teenager, and then obviously when I learned to drive and got a car, I now do it by car. Even back in the day, in the mid-90s, going by bus, it was the best part of 10 hours by the time you had a couple of stopovers and what have you. And as soon as I took up the cycling and I started putting some big rides in, 50k, 80k, over 100k, I had a little seed of an idea. I wonder if I could leave my house out my front door and cycle all the way to Niall, his front door. And at the time it seemed ludicrous. And to be honest with you, now that I'm an hour in, it still seems ludicrous. But that's where it grew from. It also means logistically it's pretty straightforward. Don't have to transfer anywhere, just out my front door to his front door. No moving of bikes or anything. So that's where the idea sprang from. Ooh, fresh laid tarmac.
Life is an ocean, love is a boat, in trouble when you started the boys, you assessed me as you. I got the promise, we are together, we're in this relationship. Nothing compares to last the whole trip. Two destinations not marked in the charts. We're navigating the shores of a heart.
Thorough. First food stop. Well, I mean, obviously I'm snacking as I go along, but first get off the bike, go into a shop, get a coffee and a cake, stop. So the first planned stop hasn't worked out. Closed. A breakfast place not open till 9 AM. What's going on? So luckily enough there was a supermarket next door, which to be fair I had kind of planned anyway because I wanted to stock up on a couple of bananas. So I've got me coffee and me croissant from the Gala. Very nice lady in there as well, got chatting with me. Let me use the toilet upstairs if I need it, which I don't at the moment. I want to sit down for a sec now because... Alright, so I wanted to just keep going, to be honest with you. I didn't want to stop here, but I'm trying to stick to the plan. This was the planned breakfast stop. Croissant, coffee, top up on a couple of bananas, and then move on from here. But the legs are feeling good. I'm not feeling particularly hungry. I'm not feeling hungry at all, to be honest with you. But as we know, you're not eating for now, you're eating for later. So I'm going to stick to the plan that I had. I'm going to take me a few minutes here, stretch the legs, get a coffee, eat me croissant, restock with me bananas into the pockets that I can reach handy, get me bar into another pocket that I can reach handy, top up me water bottles. Actually, I must go back into the shop and ask her will she top up me water bottles. And yeah, get going again on the road. So far so good, feeling good, making a good time. The weather's holding out. Let's hope the rest of it keeps going in this way.
Life is an ocean, love is a boat, in troubled waters, keeps us afloat.
Shame the sun is not shining, but it is fairly beautiful around here.
Sing along with are you ready? Life is an ocean, love is a boat, in troubled waters, keeps us afloat. He's hiding forth, His rescue out of the gathered lands, we have our own room. Beautiful. Lovely song.
Okay, let's talk about the bike. I'm on a Canyon Grail with Di2 GRX. Got it a couple of years ago and I absolutely love it. It's the funny one with the double-decker handlebars, but again, I love them. It does absorb that road noise. But what's not spoken enough about these handlebars is the amount of hand positions it gives you, which really helps just to have a break or have a change every now and then. So yeah, from that point of view, love those handlebars. Di2, yeah, it's just effortless, never misses a beat. And in the 2 years I've been riding this bike, I've not had a drop chain, I've not had a puncture, I've had no mechanicals. Am I pushing me luck today? My trusty Canyon Grail that's seen me through everything so far, including the Tuscany Trail only a few weeks ago, and she's a little worse for wear after that, I must say. But I did give it a full clean and kind of, you know, serviced it as much as I can, re-waxed the chain and all that kind of stuff. Little shakedown right during the week. I did find a problem with the bottom bearings, or the bearings in the bottom bracket, so it was too late to order a new bottom bracket. Removed the bottom bracket, degreased, re-greased, and I'd say she's back to 90%. Still a little grindy, but not the end of the world. So that's the bike. She's on 40mm tyres. That came as standard when I bought it. Again, no reason to change them, never had a puncture. I don't see any issue with rolling resistance. Love it. What else about this bike? Yeah, DT Swiss wheels. The saddle. I bought a cheap Decathlon saddle for my watt bike for indoor training, and to be honest with you, I found it so comfortable. It now lives on this bike. This one came with a Physic, and I've tried a couple others, and this cheap Decathlon saddle, I mean, I'm not a weight weenie, so I don't really care about that. I mean, I just love it. So yeah, that lives on this bike, and it's just a joy to ride. An absolute joy to ride, never given me a day's bother. So that's the bike. Okay. Okay, 100k up. Those are the averages. All a little higher than I would have liked, or I would have planned for. So average power 202. I mean, 190 was kind of what I was trying to achieve. Nominal power 224. Average heart rate 117. So maybe about 10 higher than what I would have planned for. So nervous energy, probably keen to, you know, get the first 100k done. But I am reining it in. I definitely feel like I could be doing more on certain stretches, and I am backing off, conscious of there's still a long way to go. So I'm trying to be good. I'm trying to remind myself this is not like a 4 or 5 hour sportif. I'm eating well, drinking well, still feeling strong, feeling good. So yeah, so far so very good. But I'm going to have to try and at least, well, not grow out those averages, because I don't think I could sustain that. Well, who knows, I've never done this length before, but I want to complete it. I'm not bothered too much about the time. So yeah, I'm doing good, managing it well. I'm happy so far. All right, let's talk gadgets. So the first thing I need to have for a ride like this is a bike computer for navigation and monitoring power, heart rate, distance, all that kind of stuff. I'm using a Hammerhead Carrick 2. I find it fantastic. It's nice as well, integrates with the Di2, so you can use the hood buttons to swap between screens really easy, and setting up those screens for the information that you want. So I can easily keep track of my current speed, current power, but also the averages, and try and keep within my zones, which I'm doing not too bad a job of. I'm over what I would have planned, but I still feel good and comfortable and a manageable effort. So I just hopefully won't let it drift out any more than it currently is, because there's still a long way to go. 4 hours in almost, so about a third of the way. And inevitably those numbers are going to, averages are going to come down the further in I go, but I just don't obviously want to fall off the cliff completely. So yeah, bike computer, absolute necessity. Navigation wise as well, it's been great. Now that beeping you can hear, that's my Garmin Vario on the seat post, alerting, this is radar, alerting me to traffic behind. Let's let this car pass. And the peace of mind you get from that radar is unbelievable. So the combination of the Hammerhead, the Di2, and the Garmin radar is fantastic. Then on top of that, power meter, got a single-sided 4i. Is it the most accurate power meter in the world? Probably not. But I think, you know, average over the course of a ride, it's pretty accurate. I did a couple of test spins during the week just to make sure it was calibrated. I put my Garmin Asioma pedals on the bike and just compared the few rides, a couple of short little rides, and just slightly adjusted the 4i to be almost bang in sync with the Asiomas. So I have confidence that the power numbers I'm getting are accurate, so that I can manage my effort properly. So yeah, 4i power meter. Then it's a couple of cameras, GoPro, which I'm using mostly. I have the Insta360. I might stick that out on the front mount there, the second half. And then a couple of chargers. You know, that's the downside of the Crew, that the battery may not last this trip, the entire, if I'm ride time is say 12 hours. I'm not sure how it'll manage, but we'll see. But if needed, I have a couple of battery chargers tucked away nicely with a lead coming out of the front bag that I can just plug in. So not the end of the world. Oh yeah, the other bit of bike tech. My electric bike pump. Game changer. Got it there, I don't know, around Christmas time, sometime I think. It's fantastic. Just put in the pressure that you want, click a button, and she'll ramp it up there in no time. So yeah, dead handy to have, just even for prepping the bike before you take off. Make sure you have the right pressure in. But then handy to have when you're out on the road if you have any issues. Just easy to get the air into the tyres at the right pressure. So yeah, carry that with me as well. I think that's pretty much for the tech side of things. Oh, my Aftershokz headphones. Yeah, won't be leaving home without them. So obviously you don't want to have your ears filled with earplugs or earphones. You want to be conscious of what's around you. So the Aftershokz are ideal, sit in front of your ears. And look, the sound quality is, you're not getting Bose, but it's enough to be a bit of a distraction and get a bit of music or a podcast into your ears. So yeah, they're pretty much a necessity for me as well. And they definitely make a trip like this possible. For me, some people quite happily ride along with. Singing to themselves maybe, I don't know. But yeah, for me it's nice to have a bit of a playlist, a few podcasts, passes by the time. And the sun is trying to break through. Yippee! Things are getting wet. The rain has come. We move on. Okay, let's talk clothing. Sounds like a stupid thing. Put on a pair of shorts, you put on top, put on a pair of socks, and you go. Pretty much that's true, but there are some things I think you can do to help yourself out a bit. So when it comes to bibs, I would advise cargo bibs. And these are bibs that have side pockets.
So again, on something like this, where you're going to be carrying a lot of food, and I have cameras as well, and all sorts of other bits and pieces. I even brought a spare pair of socks, just in case I got wet. There's nothing worse than wet socks. So yeah, those pockets on the side, dead handy. I'm also wearing an undervest. Then I've got my normal jersey over the top of that, and then I'm wearing like a gilet or a windbreaker. And the windbreaker, make sure you get one with pockets in the rear as well. There's a lot of them out there that don't have pockets in the rear, and then you're losing the pockets on your jersey and you have no pockets on the outside of your gilet. So yeah, definitely get one with pockets on the rear. Again, dead handy for carrying. Part of clothing as well, I would argue, shoes. And I'm using SPDs instead of, what's the name of the other ones? SPD SLs. So basically those SPD SLs is usually what people would have on road bikes. Basically you can only clip in one way. I like to use the gravel pedals, mountain bike pedals, I don't know what they're called. But basically SPD pedals you can clip in on either side. They're also flat, so if you just have a pair of shoes on you, you can still cycle on them. And I find them, the extra surface area is a lot handier for spreading the load as regards pressure points on your foot. That's my personal feeling. Obviously everyone's different, but that's what I go for. It does mean slightly heavier pedals. Doesn't really bother me. The other advantage is when you clip out to kind of walk in around a shop or something, they're flat underneath the shoes. You don't have that big lump sticking out the bottom. What else have we got on clothing? Oh, a neck buff. Man, it's amazing the difference a neck buff makes. On a day like today, dead handy, because it's not, I'm losing my camera here. It's not exactly roasting today. I mean, I don't know what the average temperature is, but I'm just comfortable at the moment. But I need this neck buff just to keep the wind and stuff off this area of my chest. So yeah, neck buff, costs nothing and make a massive difference. Arm warmers. So I have a pair of them in my back pocket, just in case I need them. Cost nothing, very light, easy to carry. No reason why you shouldn't have them. I just missed a turn. Let's go back and make it. Yeah, so arm warmers, light as anything, cheap to buy, and can help an awful lot if you're feeling a bit of a chill. So you have to throw them in. Spare socks, as I mentioned earlier, nothing worse than riding with wet feet. So if I get caught in a shower, I also have obviously a rain jacket with me, so that'll protect my upper body, but of course my feet will still get wet. So a pair of socks just in case it's an odd shower, get wet, socks get wet. Pull over, change my socks, pedal on a happy man. So yeah, that's pretty much from the clothing point of view. And of course I have my, I don't know if you consider it clothing, but got this little backpack on as well, which is one of those, I don't know how you pronounce it, USWE bladder bags. Holds 1.5 litres of water. And it has little pockets in it as well for, again, just putting in a couple other little bits and pieces. This is absolute, I forget I even have it on. It is so comfortable considering it's a backpack. It's insane. It sits up high on your back as well, so it doesn't restrict access to the rear pockets. So yeah, for a long trip like this, dead handy to have something like that. And I've got two, they're 800 or 900 mil bead-ons. Fidlock is what I use. Difference between the Fidlock and the bottle cages is if you have a frame bag with a bottle cage, you won't be able to lift your bottle out because the frame bag will be getting in the way, or that. Yeah. With the Fidlock, you can just twist the bottle off sideways, comes off, and then just snaps back into place. So it's a really handy space saving. And again, I've never dropped the bottle. There's no bounce out with that Fidlock system. So it's very good. So, I'd say that just about sums up the clothing side of things. All right, let's have a chat about the tool bag. So I just have a little tool bag on underneath the saddle. In that I have the electric pump, spoke of earlier, spare tube, puncture repair patch, chain breaker, spare link, quick link. Trying to think what else I have. Tire levers. And then I also have, I can't think of the name of it now. It's like a ziplock, steel ziplock for just locking the bike if you're going into a shop. It's not going to stop someone from stealing the bike, but it's a fairly good deterrent. Oh, in line with that, which I probably should have covered in the tech section, I have a thing called a Nog, K-N-O-G. It fits underneath your water bottle cage, and it's a little alarm that you can activate from your phone, and should your bike get moved while you're in the shop, the alarm goes off. So that's a handy little thing to have as well, a little deterrent. That's pretty much it for the tool bag. Also have a set of Allen keys, and I also bring a few wet wipes. Could always come in handy, you never know what you might face. Light, easy to pack, Ziploc bag. Oh, and cable ties, because again, easy to put in, weigh nothing, and could really get you out of a bind for any number of reasons. So yeah, that's what I tend to put in my tool bag. Nutrition. Probably the most important element of doing a long ride like this. So, I carved up fairly good yesterday. Don't have all the details of exactly what I put away, but you know, some flapjacks, porridge oats, a pizza for dinner, orange juice, carb drink throughout the day, all that kind of stuff. Brown bread here and there. This morning then, decent enough breakfast, one of those Muller rice things, a bagel, peanut butter, honey, a coffee and a glass of orange juice before I went out the door. And then while I'm on the bike and out, the plan is, which I've been doing so far, and I'm now nearly 7 hours in, is I'm trying to get about 80 grams of carbs an hour, in or around, give or take. It doesn't have to be exactly spot on. So to keep it simple, I've got 4 things to choose from. A bead-on with carb powder in it, that's about 30 grams carbs. A gel, which about 25 grams or something like that. A banana, which again would be about 25 grams. and then one of those oat bars. Now they're about 60 grams, I think, or low 50s, high 50s per bar. So half of one of those would be, again, roughly about, you know, getting close to the 30 grams. So my goal is to have 3 of the 4 of those every hour. So I decided 1 bead on an hour. So that's hydration and 30 grams of carbs. So just get through 1 bead on an hour, sipping away. And then at 1/4 the hour and 1/4 to the hour, every hour, have one of the other 3. So either a gel, a banana, or half of one of those oat bars at 1/4, and then at 1/4 to another gel, a banana, or an oat bar. And that'll get me close to my 80-ish grams of carbs an hour. But it's hard. It's hard. You really don't feel like eating here. I've not been hungry at all, I'm not. And I did stop for a meal as well. But you just have to have a schedule, set a kind of a time. I have a little alarms on the bike computer and everything as well. And basically then just do it when you have to do it. So it's just remember to sip away on the bead on. And then at that 15-minute mark, or that 1/4 mark and 1/4 to mark, just decide, do you want the gel, do you want the banana, do you want half an oat bar? Get it in you. And yeah, I'm approaching 7 hours now, and it's worked. I'm feeling good, feeling strong. I'm starting to feel those efforts when you have to get out of the saddle a bit, just on a climb or a little hill where you might have to push close to 300 watts. Yeah, I'm starting to feel that a little bit. It's taking a little longer to recover from, and it stings in the legs a little bit more. But when I'm just cruising along and I'm, you know, trying to hold a steady 200, 220 watts, yeah, feeling fine. So hopefully that carries on, and that sort of feeding schedule has worked for me so far, so I'm going to stick with it. Okay, check back in later. Hi. Oh. That's always fun. Right, so I'm coming up on 8 hours in. Distance, oh my God, that's beautiful here. Oh. Where was I? Yeah, coming up on 8 hours, 7 hours 45 minutes, 230k just done, so a little over 100 to go. Looks like I'm going to do this. I don't feel like I'm downhill here. I think it's my 3rd or 4th attempt to record this bit. Just keep coming across things where I have to put the camera away and concentrate on the road. Alright, I have a little bit of relaxing calm here. I'll slow down a little bit. Yeah, since the lunch break, it's been very rolling, very hilly, up, down, hard to get the camera out, a lot more turns. It's like, you know, 1.1k to the next turn, 800 meters to the next turn, 2k to the next turn. So a lot of stuff to do that it's not, you don't really get a chance to get the camera out. But be going good. It's basically 7 hours 55 minutes. I'm over 230k at this stage, so just about 100 to go. So it looks like I'm going to do this. And I don't feel like I'm near bonking in any way. I've been keeping the nutrition going good, well fueled, but at the end of the day, I'm 8 hours in, been going strong, and I am starting to feel it now. So yeah, some of the little hills, they're not long, but they're 10, and the last one I did was 12%, and even for 300 meters, it's out of the saddle stuff, and it's stinging the legs. So now I'm finding it hard on the flats to kind of hold that 220 that I was holding comfortable enough. So now I'm sort of, setting for 200, see how I feel. Just don't want to push too hard because, well, there's still 100k to go. But I'm going good. I feel good, mentally, physically, and it looks like I might do a decent time as well. Not that that's what I was after, but seeing as I've come this far, might be worth trying just to push a little bit. The closer I get, the more I can push. But yeah, definitely starting to feel it a bit in the legs, but no shame in that. After 8 hours, you just have to accept that's what's going to happen. So yeah, all good. Check in again a little bit later if I get a chance to get the camera out. Stuck in traffic, raining, but only 80k to go. Legs are starting to feel it now. Little bit of cramping creeping in. I probably didn't take enough salt, but I'm gonna make it, I think. Okay, just coming up on 300k, 10 hours 21 minutes, 40 odd k to go, near enough 50. And the struggle is real now. Starting to get a bit of discomfort in the gut, which is not surprising. Think I'll be all right, but I might have to make an emergency stop on the side of the road somewhere. And left knee, right knee a little bit, but the left knee, I'm struggling with that. It's been a lot of climbing in the last 50k, 60k. I mean, I just came off one there that touched 18%. Not for very long, like 150 meters or 200. Won't be 15 all the way, 15 at peak, but 12, 13, 15. And I think one of those, there was the one that was about 1.5k. It's kind of lumpy, but again, it had some steep kickers. And I think I kind of did the knee on one of those. So it's just a dull ache, but not comfortable. But I ain't about to quit now. Not this close. So we'll do what we have to do to get there. But the average speed is starting to fade quick. A lot of stop, go in the second half. Like going through a few towns and the traffic was heavy. It's kind of 4 o'clock, I suppose, on a Friday. And then a lot of those punchy little climbs. And I'm not going to make up the time on the descents because, well, I'm just not chancing descending at those speeds to try and make up a bit of time. So I'm just taking it handy. So all you're doing is losing time. But I'm not really bothered about that. It would have been nice to, 12 hours would have been amazing. Still have a slight chance of doing it in 12. But it's fading quick, and I know that in the last 20k there's a couple of steep little kicker climbs which I was always dreading, and they're definitely going to kill the speed an awful lot. But I'm still on track to do it. And that is the most important. And that I'm safe. Obviously. So yeah, 300k just clocking up. Let's finish it off.
Go on now! Go on, you lad! Go on! Come on, boy! Keep her going, boy! Keep her going!
Go on, Alan! He's gonna race the car. Come on, Alan! Let's go! Let's come on, Alan! That's it, keep her lad! Keep her lad! Keep her lad! Go on, boys! Let's go!
Follow. Nice, picking up a bit of gas again. Last stretch now, this must feel amazing. Must feel amazing. Must feel amazing. This next big hill down must be class. Let's try it.
I did it. And I'll squeeze in just under 12 hours riding time. Woohoo!
Very good. He's just coasting. Again, he's letting the bike do the work. That's me here. See the open road ahead of him. Right. So a little bit before, there he is. It's so hard to keep the camera still. Should have brought the wee tripod or something. It's actually really good footage, but it's just so shaky. There he is. Oh, hey! So no tractors come around this corner. Hey, hey, woo!
Get the champagne open, come on!
Oh man. How much of that is in shop?
Look at him! The machine! The man! And now we're gonna do it like the professionals are. I'm delighted for you!
What a cheap man!
Get us something for life.
I'm on saying. Pretty man, I want. So pretty. So pretty.
Oh, so proud of you!
Well done, man. Well done.
I know you just want to sink in for a while.
Oh, here now.
Hoping it's wet.
Well done, Alan.
Thanks, Sean.
Get a wee drink.
Oh, fantastic. My church.
Let's not kiss with tongues in front of everyone.
Save it for later.
Straight in the eye.
Here. Enjoy.
Get
swag it up.
Get
Get swag it
it
up.
Get it up, see? Get that one. That one. Give us a look, Alan. Do it over nice well. I can give him the Alan. Alan, look this way, come on.
Can I get off the bike first?
No, you're not allowed.
Get it up the cycle back to
She got it, did she?
No, she did it again. Come on.
You did it again?
Yeah.
What's the drink about that? 1,
1, 2, 3.
Well, congratulations, bud.
That's nice. That's half a bottle gone already, lads.
Absolutely bright. You must be delighted with yourself. Here, can we take this off?